But I think before we found out that they knew each other and they had met before, it was very interesting to see Bao's like reservations, even day of.
Oh, Brett, that's what you want to call them, reservations? That's what you want to call it? She had a breakdown because she thought it wasn't almost. She was literally
she was
ready like trying to figure out how to get out of this.
Hello everybody.
Hey.
We're back. It's been a while.
Has it? Okay, yeah, it is. Yes.
Like a year. So a year plus since we've recorded anything and posted.
This is true.
But we haven't really posted anything because we've been in the midst of wedding planning.
Yes.
1 out of 10 would not recommend. Just kidding.
Don't do it. Just skip the whole thing. Just
wedding
go to
planning,
Vegas.
no. But I think our wedding day was beautiful. So it was kind of worth it.
It really was.
It was a little bit worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so
didn't feel it to the end though. Did not feel it.
Yeah, it's literally one of those things you don't really see the point until you show up at the ceremony. As amazing as our wedding day was. But that's not what we're here to talk about today.
No.
We're here to talk about one of our new favorite binges that he's just got. I've been watching since season 1. He just got on the train.
Yes.
That is Married at First Sight.
Married at First Sight.
Yeah.
I thought it was season 2. You like, no.
This is
season 13. I was like,
oh. He thought this was the second season of the show. No. Yeah. I remember the first season when I was in New York and they didn't give them somewhere to stay. And yeah, they used to like basically be like, all right, you guys are getting married and throw them to the wolves. And I always wondered about that. Like, how does that work?
Oh, that sounds like a disaster.
A lot of couples did not make it. We'll say that. A lot of couples did not make it. I've gotten you into a couple shows. Or I forced him to watch a couple shows.
You know.
But
it's all about quality time.
Yeah.
It's all about quality time.
I guess that's true. This is the only one that I think you actively engaged in.
Yes. I will casually watch other shows with her, but this is the one I'll actually sit down and watch.
We actually make time for. So yeah. I think that's partially though because of our love story. We kind of
some parallels.
Yeah, we kind of saw some similarities. We're going to talk about season 13 today.
Episode 1.
Episode 1. We are way behind. Way behind. Like, I think in 2 days, episode 3 comes out. We haven't watched 2 or probably when this was released, 3. So we're just going, moment by moment. Mm-hmm. It's been a lot. But in our defense.
We did just get married.
Yeah. Episode 1 aired
the week leading to the wedding. So we didn't. So that's why we didn't. Because we were planning to watch it, but when we saw the schedule, the show schedule didn't work with our schedule.
Yeah. So we're a little behind, but everything in God's perfect timing. So here we are. Before we get started and dive into the show this season, I just want to talk about my best friend, Courtney Scott. She has a new clothing line, and she has an amazing styling company, which I'm very proud of. Very proud of my friend. And now she's venturing into creating her own clothing. This is her second shirt she's made. Check it out. We'll put her link to everything in the description.
Yes.
So please go support my friend. I'm so proud of her. And she has some amazing things coming out. I know she has some amazing things in the works. And I'm really, really, really proud of her. So, yeah. Mm-hmm. Support my friend, Courtney Scott, the new normal.
We love you, Courtney.
Love you, Courtney. All right. So let's talk about the show. The show is in Houston this season.
Yes, it is in Houston.
Houston this season. How do you feel about that?
That's your
hometown.
It's fun. I would say it's a lot of fun just when they shoot something in your hometown, because I think Houston gets snubbed a little bit sometimes. It's not in New York, it's not Atlanta, it's not California.
It's not LA, yeah.
You know,
but it is like an emerging market.
The thing is, Houston's always been there. It's just not
nobody.
It's not a glamour. It's not a glamour town, but it's a great place to shoot, especially a show like this.
It's kind of interesting that this is your hometown. This is where you're from. These are your people.
And I know I'm going to get all the questions. Like, are all you guys like this? And I'm just going to tell you right now, no, we're not all this. These are select people that work with TV. That will work with TV, will be entertaining. So
yeah, I agree with that. In my experience, when I was in Houston and everyone I've met from Houston, they are not like the select 10 that they chose to participate. So what do you think about all the couples this season? What are your general thoughts?
I will say that some couples I'm keeping an eye on after watching episode 1. Some couples I already feel like are not going to make it. And then some couples I've said, okay, the problem's going to be here and the problem's going to be there. Overall, I think that they've assembled a very particular group of people.
Oh, for sure.
That is the best way I can describe it.
It's very much like they made it pretty clear they were looking for a certain type of people this season. Yeah. So that should be interesting to see how that plays out. Mm-hmm. I feel like this season, everyone's a little bit more superficial. It seems like.
I would say superficial. There's a lot of particular people. They have particular needs, particular wants.
Yeah, very.
This is my lifestyle.
Yeah.
I want to maintain my lifestyle. I
don't know. I think that's more just like one or two people. But I think in general, everyone is very focused on their image and how they present themselves, or how they look, or
almost everyone has a dog, and almost everyone does some form of exercise,
or they felt the need to highlight.
The producers definitely highlighted,
but not even just the producers. I feel like the participants as well. Participants were very vocal about the fact that they exercise.
That's true. That is true.
Go above and beyond, and they're very conscious of their image.
But Houston is a place where you get a lot of great food, and they chose not to focus on that. So I thought that was interesting.
Well, I think this isn't the show for that as well.
True. But no one got on the show and said, "Oh man, I love to eat."
That's true, which is very surprising to me because Houston is kind of like a jack of all trades when it comes to food. They have good. Mm-hmm.
We have good small mom and pop shops as well as good chain stuff too, which is very. You don't usually get both of those in the same. Like some of our chain food is just as good as our mom and pops, if not better sometimes.
Yeah, I agree with that. So. And then I think also Houston, they have seafood. They have good Mexican food. They have good barbecue. They have, it's like kind of any option.
Anything you want to eat in
good
Houston, you
food,
you can find it. You can find it in Houston.
Good brunch, bougie stuff.
I mean,
So yeah, I think you might be onto something. They did not.
They didn't. They chose to steer away from that.
On that at all. So that was interesting. Yeah. So I guess talk about our first couple. Your favorite couple. Sarcasm. Yeah, you weren't too crazy about this couple.
Boy.
Specifically.
Her.
Yes. So we're going to talk about Mirla.
Yes.
And Gil.
Mirla and Gil. I'm just going to come out and say it. I think Gil has more of a laid back personality. We'll see as the show progresses what his personality really is. He likes to have fun.
He does.
You can definitely tell that from the.
He does like to have fun. He likes to drink.
Yeah. Oh, he
likes to enjoy himself.
He does. He's a blue collar kind of guy, firefighter. Yeah. However, some things that Mirla wants in a guy, Gil does not have, such as facial hair and a hairline.
Yeah, she
at
was
all.
very vocal about
Yes.
she wants a beard.
Yes.
And she can't do bald.
Because she feels like it will be distracting.
Yeah, she did.
She
They said if you,
that.
her and her friend said if you get to the altar and he's bald, she's like, I feel like I would be distracted too much by it. Which was odd to me. But I think I can kind of relate to that maybe a little bit because I feel like that was kind of how my response was to you at first.
She thought I was old.
No, I didn't think you were old. Older, not old. But you have to remember also I was 28 when we met.
She thought I was like 40.
I thought you were closer to 40 than 30.
Oh my gosh.
But this is why I think they might have a fighting chance. Because I feel like, just like with you, when I saw the picture, I was like, he's bald. But I also was like, he's attractive. So it helped me to, I guess, not really focus on the fact that you were bald. Because I was attracted to you. And I think, it worked out in some ways. Well, I mean, obviously, we're married now.
Right.
So obviously it worked out.
Yes.
But
yes, that
when
happens.
I met you, I felt like the picture that I got, I was attracted to you in the picture. And then when I met you in person, I feel like the picture didn't even really do you justice. I felt like you were more attractive than the picture. So to me, I think maybe they have like somewhat of a fighting chance when it comes to her hang-ups about appearance because he is attractive. So I think when you meet somebody, your hang-ups don't really, if they're attractive, your hang-ups don't really like stick around.
My only concern is with her. I feel like Gil will like her.
Yeah.
I do too. Off just initial impression.
Yes.
Because she takes care of her body.
Yeah.
Her image is very important to her. She has
conscious of how she presents herself to the world.
She's very conscious of that, and she wants to maintain that. She's been very vocal about that.
Even like admitting that she does Botox, which is like
right. Nothing wrong with that. That's what
surprising.
You want to do.
I did not expect her to admit that on television.
Right.
But I think also she's a little older. And I think, I
mean, Gil's still older than her, so.
He's older than her, but she's also older. And I think women, once they get past 30, they start to be more conscious about.
No, I think her friends are like, she is a very particular type of person.
Yeah.
And just some of the comments she's made, like, I want to maintain a certain type of lifestyle.
Yeah.
I don't know how much she's going to bend with Gil, because if Gil gets in the way of her daily routine,
or he doesn't understand,
he doesn't understand, like
what did she say? She has new last Friday or something like that.
Just something.
And lashes are not cheap. Lashes are not cheap. So it's probably it's one of those things where I think he'll be able to give a little. I don't think it's going to be an issue of him lacking compromise. I think the person that's going to lack compromise will probably be on her side.
I feel like she will be the one that's going to have to do the most work to make it work. At this point.
I don't know. I feel like it's going to...
It's just because of how
I feel like she's going to be the most unwilling to do the work.
Oh,
in some ways.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same thing, but she's gonna have to do some. She's gonna have to work.
She's gonna have the most compromise to make because she has so many hangups.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, so we'll see. We'll see what happens with them. But yeah, that should be interesting.
So who we got next?
Next couple, Michaela and Zach. They're the babies of the group.
They are. Yes. They are definitely the youngest.
Yeah. I think everyone's generally like 33, 34, 35. She's 30. He's 27.
Right. She's older than him.
She's older than him.
Yes.
Which I think he won't have issue with.
No.
I do think she's going to have her reservations about it.
Yes.
I do think she's going to have her reservations. But I don't know. He's very in touch with his emotions. Almost For me, I will say this. For me, if I was matched with him, that would be issue.
Right.
But I wasn't matched with him. I got you, babe. So we'll see how that works, because maybe that's what she's looking for.
I don't know.
But she said she wanted like a guy's guy. She said she wanted like a manly man.
And I don't know.
And he is not a manly man.
Zach is not a manly man.
He's a creative.
He's a creative, artistic, one of those.
Yeah, and you can tell also his family is, he grew up in that type of environment. Yeah. They're all pretty much in touch with their emotional side.
You're right. So, and the thing is, I don't know if Zach has enough personality to handle Michaela. I don't know. Not personality, but like Michaela has a lot of personality.
She's got a big personality.
She has a big, and I feel like, I don't know if Zach has enough to handle that. I don't know if he's emotionally there, strong enough to handle it, because I feel like she's the type of person, and not intentionally. I feel like she's the type of person, she may just say something.
And he'll get offended. He seems like a little more on the sensitive side. And I think.
Yeah. Because he wants this so bad, almost to like, it's almost like, dude, you need to relax.
He wears his heart on his sleeve, you can tell. And he's also very, you can tell he lacks a little bit of self-confidence.
That's it. That's what bothers me.
And that's somewhat dangerous, especially when you're that young. It's like everything is so much heavier when you don't have the security in yourself. And
I think that's where the age thing is going to come into play, because he seems like he doesn't have as much confidence in himself,
and then he doesn't have the life experience to back that up.
She's gonna be looking at him like, yo, he's younger than me, but then he's not even.
It's not like he's younger and super cultured. I mean, we don't know in depth. I mean, he does seem like he prides himself on not being your typical guy. Like, he was very vocal about how much he loves playing the piano. He can't wait to play piano for his wife.
Yeah, he is ready to deeply love his wife.
He's vocalized, I want to be married by 25. And it's just like, sweetie, you have time. Enjoy your youth.
But on the flip side,
but I think also,
is she going to be able to take all that he's giving?
That's true.
Because he doesn't seem like a person like, I don't know how, is he going to pace himself with her, or is he just going to unload? And that's where I don't know if it doesn't feel like he's there yet, like to like decipher, okay. Because he's just ready to pour out his whole heart.
He just wants to be madly in love with someone.
Right.
And he did both mention they've never been in love. And
his relationship was 9 months.
He was the one that said it was 9 months.
He was the one that said 9 months. So
and then after that, it was like, he was like, other than that, it's been like 2-3 months. But I'm like, that's not, somebody else said that. That's not a relationship. That's a fling. Like,
I think that,
which is true.
I think that was Gil that said that. That's not a relationship. That's a fling.
Yeah. And I think also, Michaela unfortunately lost her father. Mm-hmm. And I think she really almost idolized her father. So I think that also plays a part in what she's looking for. And she's looking for someone that can kind of come in and replace her father's role in her life. Ooh. And that's dangerous territory.
That's dangerous. You can't.
Especially when it's on the backs of loss. Yeah. Like, if you're looking for someone that can play the role that your father played in his marriage that you saw and he's still present, it's different. But when you have death,
because it's like Zach is chasing a ghost. At that point.
Essentially.
Yeah.
Essentially, yeah. So, I mean, I think it should be interesting to see their story unfold.
Yeah.
That should be really interesting. So, yeah.
Yeah. But for me, I just say, like, Zach in this relationship, I say, look, I have Gil and Marilyn. I think Marilyn's going to be the one. Marilyn's going to be the one. Sorry. This is going to be the one. I think Zach is, I feel like he's going to have to grow up.
Yeah.
To even, for Michaela to even fully receive him.
Yeah.
That's what I feel like.
Yeah. All right, let's move on to the next couple.
Okay.
Next couple. Brett and Ryan. Brett is 33. Mm-hmm. She is apparently originally from New Jersey. Ooh. And she's self-proclaimed hopeless romantic. Like this, that's what she said.
Yes.
That's what she said. And she said it on more than one occasion. And then Ryan is more so the dating app king, I guess.
Serial dater. Yeah, Ryan's a serial dater. He is.
And he says he falls easy.
In love quick. He falls in love quick.
Yeah. So that should be interesting because I think that's what she wants. But if you fall in love, but it's not, if you're falling in love because of the idea of love and it's not backed up, but like the genuine love and care for this person, you just love the feeling of being in love, then that's a recipe for disaster as well. So yeah, that should be interesting.
This one I can't get a beat on because we've seen more of Brett, but we haven't seen really much of Ryan. Ryan almost looks kind of scared to me sometimes on camera.
I don't think he's comfortable in front of the camera.
I don't think he's comfortable,
and that was like instantly I picked up on that.
Right, and also I don't think I think he's like, this has to work. I've had so many failed relationships. The look on his face. He's ready. He's like, please let this work.
He's ready to.
So I don't really know how they're gonna do. I don't have a gauge. I don't know.
I think they'll probably make the 8 weeks. Will they make after that? I don't know.
I think they'll make
but I think they both kind of have this like ideology of what marriage is and love is, and they're both looking for, just that like fairy tale romance. And I think they think this is their chance, like this is their shot.
Like, if I had to call it, I think you're right. I think, like you said, they make it to the end. I'm probably going to go and say I think they'll make it.
Yeah.
But like we're going to talk about a couple later, I'm curious to see the wedding day reaction because I think that says a lot.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think also I applaud her. She was very vocal about the fact that she has not been sexually active for 2 years. She says she wanted to commit before she was sexually active again. And I just think that's very admirable. I think most people aren't going to talk about that on camera. They're not going to discuss that.
No.
So
did she bring up that? No, somebody else brought that up.
No, she brought it up.
She brought it up.
Because she asked, like...
And nobody else talked about it. Nobody
they didn't show
it on camera.
They didn't show anybody else's response.
But she brought it up and everybody was like,
yes, everybody was like, say what now? Yeah, so that's beautiful. Good for her. And I get it. I get it. That. Yeah. So I'm interested to see where that goes. All right. Our next couple, Rachel and Jose. Yeah. Mr. 256 questions himself.
Oh my gosh. He is truly the perfectionist.
Yeah. Which I don't really get. I'm going to be honest. But then it's like, I guess in some ways I understand why he's 35 and he's still single, and because I think he's looking for something that he's not necessarily going to find. And I'm very interested to see what his reaction is going to be on wedding day, because I am a bit nervous that this will be another Chris situation from last season, where he might see her and be like, I'm not attracted to her, and then it's just
Yeah, I don't. First impression, they're not gonna make it, but I don't think it's gonna be because of Rachel. I think it's gonna be
No, I think
because of
she's
Jose.
fully invested. She's fully like wants things to work out, and she wants like I think she's more so like, I'm done with dating, and she's off the backs of a breakup. So I think she's kind of like, I'm done with dating. I want to skip all this and let's just move, which is exactly what the show is. Skip all the fluff.
I think she's gonna be into him, more into him than he is into her.
I think she's gonna be into the idea of a long-term relationship. Okay. So I don't know if it even really mattered that he was at the end of the aisle. I think she just wanted to be married.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
And I think he has this idea of what marriage is also.
Yes. He has an idea of what everything is.
Yeah.
And how everything should be.
Yeah, but that...
According to his self.
What was it? 256 questions? That was
man. Crazy. You're not going to... I can't even think of 256. I can think of 256 questions over a period of time of getting to know somebody. Yeah. But 256 questions right off the bat? Like, dude.
But what happens, to like... letting things happen naturally, like letting things evolve organically. He's not even giving space for that.
No.
I wish somebody would come with 256 questions and be like, we're answering all these tonight. No, we're not.
Right.
No, we're not.
4-page letter.
Yeah, no. No.
Look, I need you to answer these questions before we can move forward.
Yeah, so I think it should be interesting to see. I don't really remember seeing much of them on the episode.
No, we didn't get as much of... I don't think we got enough of Rachel to really gauge her.
Yeah, we definitely did get enough of Rachel.
Jose, that 256 questions said a lot.
Yes, it did say a lot. And I think he has a lot of...
There's a couple OCD people. I can't remember who all was OCD. There's a couple.
And a lot of men that are like very, very...
Yeah, it's weird.
Particular about what they want or how they live their lives. Or
these men weren't like, I just want to find somebody.
Nobody chills.
They are specific.
Yeah,
they're very specific.
I think the only real chill one was like Gil.
Yeah, Gil was super chill.
Was kind of like.
But Gil, to me, is even still like kind of like a mystery because they show Gil, but I don't feel like
I feel like we got a lot about Gil.
We found the Gil like how he likes to have fun, but I'm just talking about like the everyday Gil.
Even when they talked about how he was saying like he doesn't want an IG model and stuff.
All of them said they didn't want. They said all of them said we do not want an IG model.
Yeah, but remember Gil said it in his little thing,
Yeah, so he's probably been with a couple IG models.
Right.
No offense to IG models.
But I think it's very interesting that everybody is so worried about finding a bunch of IG models. Like,
yeah,
I don't know how many IG models are in Houston, but I don't think there's that many.
They're everywhere.
They're everywhere?
They're everywhere.
Oh, I take that back then.
IG models everywhere. They just trying to live their best lives and get their stuff too.
Good for them.
Good for them.
But all the men, Jose included, have kind of made it clear.
Yes.
They're not looking for that. So that's interesting. And our last couple.
The one that actually got married.
Yeah, the one that actually had their wedding on the first episode. The only couple to have their wedding on the first episode, which I don't think they've done before. Usually I don't even watch the first episode because I like to see the weddings. I don't like to see the fluff too much.
Yeah.
But that was Bao and Johnny.
Yes.
Both Vietnamese, both 35.
Yep.
Both graduated college 10 years ago, which we learned.
Yes. Both. They knew each other.
Right. Which I think...
Oh, boy.
I think production did a really great job of shaping that and...
Oh, yeah.
Making it seem like it was something that it wasn't. Yeah. I was a little nervous. I was like, I kept saying, I cannot wait to find out how they know each other.
And they held on to that secret to the very end.
I almost thought they weren't gonna say. And
exactly. Are they actually gonna
like,
we're running out of time.
Yeah, are they gonna tell how they know each other?
Yeah.
But no, yeah, they had met before. They were both presidents of their what is it? Their
Vietnamese program
student association at their.
One was at U of H. I think Bao was at U of H, and Johnny was at UT.
Which I didn't know. UT is supposedly like a really good school, and
it's not an easy school to get into.
Oh, that was news to me.
It's not an easy. You don't just I'm gonna go to UT. No, it's not Harvard, but it's not. Yeah, you don't just go to UT.
Well, that was interesting. No. But I think before we found out that they knew each other and they had met before, it was very interesting to see Bao's like reservations, even day of.
Oh, Brett, that's what you want to call them, reservations? That's what you want to call it? She had a breakdown because she thought it wasn't almost. She was literally
she was ready
like trying to figure out how to get out of this. Them gears was turning.
Yeah.
So here's what happened. They did like a gift exchange at the wedding, which we need to talk about our gift exchange because that was funny. But they did a gift exchange, and she sent him a gift, and he loved it. He thought
it was very comical, and
which he loved.
He loved that it had like some humor attached to it, and then it seemed like she was trying to be funny, but also thoughtful. So he was a fan of her gift, and I think that kind of put her in a positive light. But the reverse of that did not happen.
Boy.
She was not a fan of her gift. Not a fan at all. And she was so worried that she was marrying basically an idiot. She kind of insulted his intelligence.
She insulted athletes everywhere.
Yeah, I think you really took that personally.
I took it personally. I did.
Yeah. So he
gave her... As a former athlete, I took it personally.
He gave her... His gifts that he gave her were wrapped in... jerseys. They wouldn't say what team or what kind of jersey it was.
A home jersey in a way jersey.
I don't know Houston teams. I don't know what their colors are. I knew it was red. That's all they would give us. But yeah. Probably Texans. Yeah.
They have a red jersey.
But she was like, I wanted a brilliant mind. I wanted a scholar.
Nobel Prize winner. She literally was sitting there like,
yeah. And she said, I work with the most brilliant minds in cancer research, and none of them are into sports. And it's like, you're probably one of the few women in their building. They're not going to talk about sports with you.
Right, especially if they know you don't care about sports.
Yeah. Well, so you wouldn't know either way.
Exactly.
But, yeah.
So, because here's the thing, though. Well, we don't know because...
That's a sign also of what could be to come.
Exactly, because she was heavy opinionated.
Yes.
It was... It was like because there was something she didn't like or didn't fully understand, she went to such a dark place so quickly.
Even her mom, who did not support this, was kind of like... Oh, well, you can't worry about that now because we're here now.
Right.
And her mom did not agree with her decision to move forward with this process.
No.
And for her mom to say, like, don't worry about that, it really kind of highlighted how somewhat ridiculous she was being.
Yes.
In response to her gift. And it also kind of shows, like, this is a very hard process. You literally know nothing about the person that you're meeting when you get married. You know nothing about them other than they live in Houston.
Exactly.
So I feel like for him, that was probably just like something really neutral. He knows, like, we live in a sports town. How many sports teams are in Houston? What, 3 or 4? There's a basketball, football, baseball, many, many more teams. So Houston is somewhat of a sports team. And he was like, all I know is this woman is from Houston, or this woman lives in Houston. So I feel like he tried to find something that was like, neutral and like pretty,
And the thing is, he didn't even get her a sports gift. He just wrapped it.
Yeah.
That was the crazy part. Yeah. Like, it wasn't like he didn't buy her like a football or nothing, or a basketball.
Right. He didn't like buy her a season pass.
No, he just wrapped it, and she just. So this is a couple I'm watching.
Yeah. But they did like seem to take well to each other.
They did. This is why this one is I don't know.
They did kind of take well to each other.
They did.
And I think that's, I think they have a lot of similarities. They both have very strong connections to their family and to their culture.
Which definitely showed itself, like,
almost instantly.
Instantly.
Yeah. And I think they both really...
Because they
made sure to highlight that.
Right. They knew each other.
Yeah.
But they didn't have a dating history.
Which I think also helped.
That also helped.
And they also both admitted that they were attracted to each other at some point or another. Or they had an attraction to each other that neither one pursued.
Like for Bao, Johnny was on her maybe list.
Yeah.
And for him, when they first met, he wasn't looking for
anything serious, but he said he was attracted to her, but he wasn't looking for anything serious.
Correct.
And I think that's going to work in their favor.
Yeah.
But, there's some things that I think will work against them as well. So it should be interesting to see what happens with them.
That couple is my...
because they both are kind of like awkward a little bit.
They are.
So that should be interesting to see.
Not a bad awkward. They just awkward.
Yeah. To see how that unfolds, how wedding night is going to be, how honeymoon is going to be. That's going to be interesting. But yeah, so we'll see what happens with them.
Yeah.
So I guess that's it.
Yeah.
On first episode, season 13, Married at First Sight, Houston. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so...
There's so much more we could talk about, but I think this is a 3-hour show that we're condensing.
In half hour, hopefully. Fingers crossed.
Hopefully half hour.
So we'll be back hopefully soon. We got some catching up to do.
We do. We'll probably be caught up by episode 4-ish. We'll catch up. We'll get
there when we get there.
And then we'll get back on a regular routine with you guys. So
hopefully.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
All right. Well, that's it.
Until next time.
Peace.